Hello, welcome. My name is San. This is reading today for Capricorn. There are no dates on my readings. I trust that when they find you, if they resonate, then they're yours at that time. Capricorn, I'm doing your reading with 3 decks blended together today. So we've got the Light Seers Tarot, we've got the Galactic Star Tarot, and we've got the Journey to Oz and Wonderland, which I got on Amazon. People have been asking about that one, but I believe it's sold out currently. Also, I have started using Patreon for the extended. So anybody interested in the extendeds, there's a Patreon link in the description box below. It's a little bit cheaper than Vimeo and my website. So hopefully I'll see you over there, whether or not you want the extendeds. I will be doing something over there for free members as well. I'm not sure what yet. I'm waiting for my new Yeti microphone to arrive before I start exploring those options. Okay, so let's split the deck and see where we're going for Capricorn today. Capricorn is the alien in disguise sign. So we've got Justice card. We've got the Justice card coming out. It's got a very angelic energy about it. Interesting, because the Knight of Wands is underneath that. Angelic yet playful. That's what that Knight of Wands is talking to me about. It's a new Knight of Wands with this Oz deck and the Magician underneath that. Oh, so that's fascinating. It's almost like a reversal of the, I think it was the Scorpio reading where there was a playful new relationship. This is a divine relationship that has fun in the background. Okay, because your reading is definitely about a relationship today. We've got the King of Swords as the first card on the table. It almost feels a little bit like his reading, but it's not. It's your reading. Okay. So, and the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. So it's just telling me that this King of Swords, that is the first card officially on the table, I think he first appeared in the Scorpio reading. I might be wrong. It was Libra. It was in the Libra reading. So if you want to know more about this King of Swords, you can go back to that reading because I feel like it's the same character. My readings are a giant continuing story from one sign to the next. So you can tune into your sign, or you can jump in at any point in the story. Each chapter can apply to you, or it can go however it resonates with you. So this Emperor is just telling me that this King of Swords is more than a king. He's definitely more than a king. And the Three of Discs underneath that, he wants to get together with you. Okay, let's pull an overall energy from the Lefruma Healing Oracle for Capricorn. This reading is, okay, this is a Capricorn reading. You're coming out here as this Two of Discs. So you don't actually appear on the table until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in, because it's all his energy directed towards you. So it almost feels like the reading is coming from his perspective, but at the same time, you do have the tough love guide here that is showing up, that is wanting to talk to you, Capricorn. So there is definitely a message here for you about this King of Swords, but it feels like this King of Swords is really dominating the reading. It's like he's ready to say something, but he hasn't said it yet. And for some reason, I'm having a hard time shuffling these cards. Okay. Okay, Lefruma Healing Oracle for Capricorn. Feels like it's been a while, Capricorn. I know it's probably been about 6 weeks since I've done a reading for you. But I'm going through the signs very quickly at this point. Tomorrow will be Aquarius and then Pisces. And then we're done. Okay. Embraced, mirrored. Embraced, mirrored. It's like embraced, period, mirrored, period. And then it looks like a time, an hourglass. The imagery looks like an hourglass that is about to flip over. It says mirrored, but it almost feels like it's not exactly mirrored. Maybe because the background is different, but I feel like this top is bigger than the bottom. And then if it flips over, it's like it's due to flip over. It's due to flip over. My ear is suddenly ringing really loudly right now. And it says, surf the highest oceanic cosmic crest. Okay. So that's your overall energy. It's talking about it being time for something to flip over, time for something to change over. We did just have a time change here in Canada, and I'm still getting used to it. Last night, I felt like it was like nighttime all day long. It's just because it was kind of a darker day, and it was a bit stormy and windy out. But it felt like evening all day, and then by the time it got to the evening, it felt like midnight or the middle of the night for most of the night, and it was just really disorienting. It went from a day full of evening to an evening full of night, whatever that means. So maybe that applies to you. I know there's a lot going on with the supermoon and the coronal mass ejections that are coming from the sun right now are just off the charts. Everybody's feeling a little bit disoriented. But interestingly, somehow it feels like this King of Swords is not feeling disoriented. He's like the one guy in the collective that is not feeling disoriented. So he could be a Libra or a Gemini. I'm saying that because he appeared in the Libra reading. I'm pretty sure it was a Libra reading, but he also has this really strong Gemini energy about him, just being an uber intellectual. An uber intellectual that has a lot of spirituality about him as well, because he's got all these familiars with him. He's got the dragonfly, the crow, the bat, and the owl with him. So he's got familiars. And this card coming up next, which is the flying monkeys, is the Chariot card from the Wizard of Oz deck, from the Wonderland deck. He's getting ready to come see you, is what it's looking like to me, because his back is still turned to you. Because you're over here on the table, you're over here, kind of minding your own business, doing your own thing, unsuspecting, and he's considering coming to see you. It doesn't feel like it's been that long since you've seen him, but it feels like there's a reason he's reluctant. So I don't know what that is. If you've had a falling out, maybe it's just been a couple of days since you've heard from each other. Maybe it's been months. Maybe it's been years, perhaps. But it doesn't feel like a decade. It's nothing that long, I don't believe. But he's considering coming to see you. It's like I feel like he's got his car keys in his hand. It's the dragonfly, I think. No, it isn't. What is it? There's feathers on his bracelet, and it almost feels like that's him holding the car keys, and the chariot is his mode of transportation. Because again, the Three of Cups. No, it was the Three of Discs. Okay, so we got the Emperor, like I showed you. He's got his chess piece in his hand. He's considering. Okay, look at this. He's this energy. He's just about to turn around or make a flip. He's just about to turn around, but he hasn't quite done it yet. But he's right there. He's right on that precipice of making that flip. But underneath the Emperor was the Three of Discs, which is the Three of Pentacles, and underneath that is the Three of Cups. And you've got the Three of Cups already here on the table. So there's all this energy of wanting to be together, because the Five of Discs, the Five of Pentacles is right underneath that, feeling like he's missing you, basically. So you've got a King of Swords that's missing you. Interestingly, the Two of Wands is coming next, and it feels like this is a shared Two of Wands, not with each other, but it's like you're both vying for this energy, vying for this card, or you're both standing in this energy, both standing at the precipice of a new pathway. But at the same time, it's a singular path. I'm looking for the Nine of Pentacles here, but it's not here. The only cards that are doubled up are the Seven of Cups, well, and the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups, because you had the Three of Cups up here. Where did my Emperor go? There he is. Let's put him up here. It's like there's a back and forth. This King of Swords, he feels like a swords energy to me, but he's definitely evolved beyond kingship. He's in the Emperor realm, which is a major arcana. It's not just a regular court card, but he's a King of Swords, meaning he's very intellectual and very careful with his words. When he says something, it's potent. So he likely doesn't speak very much, very often. But when he does, he's got a lot to say. Does that make sense? I hope you're liking my new orientation for my, I just moved my desk slightly just to have a change of scenery. And somebody mentioned that that I should get the door out of the frame. So I just thought if I just angle the desk in a slightly different way and I still got my sand tarot, it worked out that my sand tarot was still visible. And now my YouTube plaque is there, which I might move because I don't actually like it being on camera. But at the same time, it's kind of an homage to my channel that I no longer have because I've only got 6,000 subscribers now. But you can see that I did at one point have many more than that. Anyway, side note, that has nothing to do with your reading. I mean, it does, but it doesn't, because maybe you're at a place with this Two of Wands where you're feeling like you're turning a corner too. You're turning the page or starting a new journal, starting a new book with this Two of Wands. It's basically because it's in the middle. Okay, maybe this is how we're going to read it. Oh, you do have the Nine of Cups, which isn't the Nine of Pentacles, but it is still a 9, which is like right there. It's wish fulfillment with the Sun. Okay, so your energy over here is the Two of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Nine of Cups, which I'll get to in a minute. His energy on this side is considering getting in his car to come and be with you with the Three of Cups. It feels like that would be welcomed by you. Because this Three of Cups feels, even though the backs are turned, everybody's got their backs turned, but that's not true either. It feels like you just haven't seen each other in a while. I don't feel like there's any hard feelings. So this could be a good friend that you've just lost touch with. Maybe it's been just long enough amount of time that it feels awkward to connect with you. You know, like if you have a routine of connecting once a month or once a week, and then suddenly 6 weeks have slipped by or 6 months have slipped by and there's been no communication, not for any reason. It's not like a ghosting. It just kind of happened because of life. So it's like you're very much on his mind. If this is resonating with you, you're very much on his mind, but you've just kind of fallen out of the routine, out of the habit. I can see the reason why for you is because you've got all of this gorgeous energy going on. This is an interesting Sun card from this Oz deck. It feels like a lot of celebration energy, and the Nine of Cups. So you've got something really beautiful going on that's actually putting you in this Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles. So this Two of Wands does belong to you very powerfully. You're at the beginning of a new path that feels like it's opening up for you in a really gracious way. There's a lot of grace here. So that's really beautiful for you. I'm just noticing that dolphin jumping over her head. Jump the shark. Isn't that in Happy Days? Something about jumping the shark means something is over. Perhaps that's his concern. The King of Swords is worried that he hasn't contacted you in enough time that perhaps it's been too long. I'm just noticing, I don't know if this is for anybody, but on that boat in the background, it says Athena. So I'm not getting any meaning from that, but it might be meaningful for some of you guys. She looks like she's juggling all of these elements, including the dolphin. And there's another dolphin coming or going here. So it looks like it's this energy that is being moved. So it's very much a magician energy, even though it's at the beginning of something. It's almost like it's all these twos, the Two of Wands and the Two of Discs. So you're at the beginning of a new journey, but it feels like with the Sun and the Nine of Cups, it almost feels like somehow it's already successful. It's like you're starting out of the gate with something that's really successful. Maybe the opportunity itself is the success. Maybe you got a new job or some kind of upgrade or some kind of, what's that called? Promotion. Maybe you're starting your own business and it's going well, like right out of the gate. There's so much. I'm just noticing all of these. First of all, to have all these characters in the Sun card, it feels like the gathering that was in the extended of yesterday's reading. There's been how do I talk about this? It's like talking about the collective without talking about it. There's been a collective in the periphery, but it's been taking a sidestep to all of the it's like there's all these new relationships or these new connections in all of the readings. People are making new friends, new partnerships. And then once that is established, then here comes all of the rest of them. That's what this card is looking like. It's looking like that collective. But I'm also noticing, I mean, they're flowers, they're roses, for I guess, but they all each have flowers blooming on their faces as well. So it's just talking about this like overabundance of creativity, if that can be such a thing, an overabundance, an abundance of creativity. Okay, so, okay, this is interesting because the witch card came out next. It says Dorothy Gale. So this, I think this might actually be an extra card in that deck because it's 25. So it's a major arcana that is an extra deck or an extra card. There's a couple extra cards in this. One of them is the empath. I can't remember what the third one is. A messenger, I believe. And then there's this one, which is the witch. How this was coming through to me. How do I talk about this? Well, it's interesting because I'm kind of connected to this King of Swords. So maybe, okay, there's a character in my life that's very much a King of Swords. I think he actually is a Gemini. I haven't seen him in a few years. I call him my best friend, even though he's not really my best friend. He's been one of my best friends, or he's been my best friend at certain times in my life, but not generally. Most of the time he's out of the picture. But when he shows up, it's like we're instant best friends again, even if we only spend a day or two or a week hanging out and then he disappears again. So maybe that's what we're talking about for you, is that best friend that is not very good at being consistent. But he had a dog that reacted to me in a way that told his mother that I was a witch when we were teenagers. When I came to his place one time, his dog reacted to me, like barked at me, and the dog never barked at anybody. So his mom said that I was obviously a witch because the dog had barked at me, and the dog doesn't bark at anybody. The dog didn't not like me. It was just cautious for some reason. And then, we got past that very quickly. But there's something about that story that you are different in a way that is hard to put a finger on. Well, you are the alien in disguise. If you've never heard me talk about that before, I say that Capricorn is like so otherworldly. I mean, it's coming out in this Queen of Cups. This is your energy, or this is how this King of Swords is feeling about you, at least at this moment, is that you're this Queen of Cups energy. You're his Queen of Cups, even though you're an earth sign, because it's more of this plasma space. I've been talking a lot about the plasma. The plasma is like what, a fifth phase of water, I believe, if I'm even talking about it properly. And which is interesting because then we're going into all this Seven of Cups coming up next after that. I feel like I want to take these bracelets off. They're kind of aggravating me. So there's something about you that is unique because you're supposed to be this earth sign, which you are, very earthy maybe in some regards, but in other regards you're very watery and very witchy. Witchy just meaning powerful, intuitive, or powerfully gifted seer, proficient in the clairs, clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, for example. Maybe you have all of the clairs in your tool belt, especially with this card here. We've been tapping into a lot of really powerful intuitives in this cycle of readings that I've just been moving through. It's like everybody is leveling up. If you're not feeling that way, it's like that's what this Two of Wands is about, and the Sun and the Nine of Cups is talking about what the space that you're moving into now, Capricorn, is leveling up your gifts. So if you've been using your gifts, maybe that's what the change is. The way in which you're using your gifts is going to be evolving or shifting. Maybe you're going to start getting paid for those things. Okay, so there's something really uniquely different about you that's coming out with this King of Swords. That's what he's feeling about you. It's like nobody can quite describe you. And then the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Cups coming out twice. Maybe this is why you're one of those people who always has an abundance of options. It's doubling up to a 14 because this feels like all of your energy. And this is the story that he's telling me about you, is that you have an abundance of options, or at least he's perceiving you that way. Or maybe it's always been a lot of options and now it's doubling up because whatever all this two's energy is for you, all this Sun and Nine of Cups is talking about things doubling up, because you've got Two of Wands, Two of Discs, the Sun, the Nine of Cups. Those are all beautiful energies for wish fulfillment, for things coming to pass in the way that you have been hoping and dreaming of. But then also the fact that you've got the Seven of Cups twice. The Seven of Cups can talk about being discerning of illusion, but the way that it's been presenting on the channel this past couple of weeks has been an abundance of opportunities. And then you've got the Death card coming next, which feels, again, it's kind of coming out in the placement right below these energies here. It's coming out right underneath the twos. It's a bit of an intimidating looking card, kind of coming off the Halloween weekend just last weekend. It feels like it, again, like that Two of Wands, it feels like it belongs to both of you. And with all of that green, I'm just trying to imagine the scene that she's in. It's like a tornado. It's like a plasma tornado. Because you can see there's water, right? I mean, that's, okay, so water has been thrown on her, and that's the end of her, the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm not looking at the Wicked Witch part, because there's nothing wicked going on here. There is maybe something a little bit witchy going on here, but witchy just means powerfully gifted. So somebody's throwing water at the powerfully gifted, or nature is. So, but it's water evolved. It's water in this plasma state, I want to say, is how, and I feel like I can't show it on the camera, but there's like this wave that's moving through the cards right into that death energy. So, oh, it's interesting because I was talking with Jan, my friend Jan, last night or the night before about the storm, about the water moving, about that a storm can move water in really powerful and scary ways, but sometimes water moves in really gentle and beautiful ways. And it feels like if water is changing state, it would be doing it in a really gentle, almost unnoticeable way. But there's something about that tipping point where it becomes something else, because it's at the tipping point. And then the Tough Love Guide coming up next. Okay, so Tough Love Guide isn't actually coming through with tough love today. She's just coming through to say, Capricorn, I know we're talking a lot about, I was going to say Libra. I know we're talking a lot about this King of Swords. I feel like that Libra reading is really important. Maybe you want to go back and check it out. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was a couple of readings ago. I wonder if she was in that. I think maybe I can't remember if she was in it. She's been in a couple of readings recently. I love this card actually, because she just basically comes in and says there's something that we need to talk about or consider or discuss. There's something that needs to be highlighted or focused on right now, and you're not doing that yet. I want to say it's because you're not aware. But at the same time, even though King of Swords hasn't arrived yet or hasn't sent that text yet, I feel like you already know, because you are this powerful, intuitive. In fact, she's coming out right beneath this, which is almost like she's lighting a fire beneath you. It's like it got too hot, you lifted your foot, and that's now your foot in two worlds. Because she's trying to get you to move. So you've been feeling this impulse to move. The video is getting long. I got to wrap it up. You've been feeling this impulse to move. So has the King of Swords. Maybe you haven't realized that the movement is bringing you back to the center here, to this Two of Wands that belongs to both of you, and this death and transformation, rebirth, death, rebirth, and transformation card that's coming out with all this plasma energy, upgrading the gifts. That's how I'm reading that card today. Is kind of signaling from your guides or from everyone around you, maybe your best friends, your sisters, the people in your life are suddenly saying things to you that are reminding you, I want to say, of him. So now this is the new him card, because the him card is not represented in this deck because it's in the Good Tarot, which I think is right here. The Good Tarot is right there. I haven't used it in a while. Pretty sure this one here. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, I just pulled. And it's the King of Swords. So there he is. Okay, we'll leave him here on the table. That was intense. That was intense. I don't think I've ever done anything like that before. I haven't touched that stack of cards in so long. It's like a blend of 3 or 4 decks. That's why it's so tall. Like the next card underneath that is the Elder of Earth. There you are. There's you, the Elder of Earth. It's a different deck. See, this is the Good Tarot with the him card. If you've heard me talk about him, if you've been on my channel for a while, you probably know who he is, the him card. And right underneath that is you, the Elder of Earth, from a completely other deck. That is, I'm going to leave them out here. This is why I bought this new desk, because I got more space to spread out so I can see more. I've got my decks on the table. I've got my drink here on the table. And my readings have been getting longer because of it. Okay, we got to wrap this up. We're ending the reading here with the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles, which is the him card, which we can just substitute it in now because basically it was this card wanting to be here. The him card is, okay, it's him. He's here. It's him. It's him. He's the one who holds that space in your heart or your mind or your spirit that is, you know what I'm talking about. It's him. It's him. If you had any doubt about what spirit was trying to bring into your consciousness, it's him. And he's right on the precipice of connecting with you. With the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords really was only just coming out with this idea of being in inner conflict. But what's interesting is it's called the Walrus and the Carpenter. And then the King of Pentacles, this is what I was seeing, is that he's gone through a transformation because of that Death card. So the last time you saw him, he was this King of Swords, which feels a little bit standoffish or reclusive. Or he's gone into a reclusive hermit space. That's really why you haven't heard from him in a while or longer than usual. Like I said, it could have just been a few days if you talk every day and suddenly he's gone incognito for a week. It's unusual, and it's gotten to the point where he's questioning whether it's been too long to contact you because it's going to be awkward. But in that time, he's gone through some softening. That's what basically this is talking about. He's gone through a softening because look at this energy. Well, he's smiling. Okay, so compare the two energies, and there's the turning towards you. He's smiling, his beard has grown in, his hair has grown in. It's the same character. It doesn't matter what the cards say. He's still got his familiar. Maybe his pets have changed. His hair is longer. He's a little bit older and wiser. And he's about to say something. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to continue to pull cards and see if it wants to come out in the extended. If you're interested in that, the link to the extended is in the description box. And if not, I'm going to be doing Aquarius tomorrow, and the message will continue into tomorrow. So you don't have to get the extended in order to find out what's next. It's going to continue into the Aquarius reading tomorrow. So you can wait for that if you like. Okay, so I'll see you next time, Capricorn. Thanks, bye.